Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful game of Within the Ring of Fire. And today, we'll be playing in the saga known as The Fall, taking place in the mythical town of Flame Dance, where many a thing has come on, and our protagonists have been put nearly devoured by large locusts, consumed by mystic forces, and now they're out in the silent woods, besting their own. Within the Ring of Fire is a dark fantasy game of intrigue, mystery, and action and adventure. High adventure, or low adventure, or dirty adventure. Doesn't matter. It's up to you and your imagination. We have catalysts, which is the code word for player characters, and flame tenders, which is the code word for GMs, because we stoke the fires of imagination. This dark fantasy adventure, which was created by Ander Wood here, which you can reach and get into the Facebook group of www.facebook.com/raw-immersive-games. You can get in contact with your main man and with other flame tenders and catalysts themselves. Build up the grassroots movement that is within the Ring of Fire. Let that fire burn high into the sky, and let all the RPGs see the imagination that is stoked from this world of dark fantasy. Yes, go to drivethrurpg.com right now. Order one. Order one for your grandma, your granddad. Order one for the kids. It's for the whole family. Let everybody play a character. Hey, maybe they might be an ogre minstrel that likes to play songs and smash faces. Maybe they like to be a kitsune that likes to edit time itself. Maybe you like to be that there witchomancy with that there orc. Yes. Apatax, the one who heals, the one who deals, the one who might take your soul. Or maybe you might be the most beautiful of all, the Mihangi of wings of flame and fire. Yes, maybe you might want to be that. The choice is yours, but there are many, many options available within the Ring of Fire. For the world of Kavega Thale is one of magic, mystery, and majesty. Behold the wonder, behold the horror, and behold the adventure that is within the Ring of Fire. And without further ado, I'll leave it to Mia, our flame tender, to carry on with the duties of stoking the fires of imagination.
And we see our catalyst, the camera zooming in from the high trees through the canopy as we look down at the three of them, bodies around them. One of them, the catalyst of arrows, wounded by a fall and frost. From your view, Apitax, we see other things roaming this quiet wood. See spectres over the Dukutsit lying, and you can see with their hands through the chest of these Dukutsit, draining the life force within them as the movement, the breathing, the drumming of the wheel grows still in these bodies. And you look towards one of them, who gets up, standing position, and begins floating towards Eros. Not looking towards you, not realizing, just floating towards that beautiful flame. Only hunger in its beady eyes. Greed. Take it away.
Are we still in combat with the Duxit?
The combat has stilled. The last one you fell the last time. But you can give me perception sight, if you want to.
I will, and I'll make my way over. As I bring the silver-bladed dagger through the chest, and with my hand on the back of the Duxid, that sort of I squared off with him. I shanked him. Then I pulled the dagger out, and his body is just leaving him to slowly die from his wound. His whimpering, is not in my own peripheral senses as I turn, and my brow sort of narrows a bit. My beady eyes squint at that spectral form. Then as quick as I can, I begin to make my way over to put myself, making, I sort of move like a tripod with my two legs, and then like my free hand, I'll sort of use that, to climb over any sort of branches or the foliage, putting myself between the specter and the body of Eros. But of course, when I approach, the body of Eros, these are, there, bits of frost on them and whatnot. I guess from Eros' point of view, you could see just like the big raggedy form with the broad-shouldered thing. It's not big enough for Arkova. Perhaps it is. And my back is turned towards him as I'm looking at that specter. And as the thing is like, its eyes look at towards me, as it gets the sense that I'm looking at it. I begin to sort of open up my little man purse, my little satchel.
I feel the warm embrace of life. I need it. I need to feel it again. I forgot the sweetness. This life will end soon. Give me just a nibble. Just one taste. He moving around you.
And as he's sort of moving a bit closer, I
just in a circle around you, as he's speaking.
And I'm watching him, and then I finally find what I'm looking for, and I go down onto one knee, then another, and I begin to spin my body towards Eros, so perhaps to the others it looks like I'm going to tend to his wounds, but perhaps the others see there's a particular thing, some particular thing that Alpatax instead takes out, a strange, orcish, spiritual ritual, perhaps, as I take out what looks to be a skull. And I plant down that skull, and as I put that skull down, and it's small, it's the size of, you guessed it, well, the Duxit, without the lower jaw, just the upper part of it, a small, old head. It is not fresh by any means. The bones are most certainly brittle. But I take it out, and I plant it in the grass before me, and I begin sort of incanting these words, but my mouth is still. My mouth isn't moving. Only the ghost could hear those words as I attempt to force it in. You are the 18th. Is all that I say.
And I believe, do you have to give me a roll for that?
I do have to give you a roll.
Yeah.
If it does not want to go into the skull, yes.
It don't want to go. It don't want to go in there. That's for sure.
It's a good place. All right,
I
so
found it's quite obvious.
it does
it's
not.
moving towards Eros, and not in a quickened pace, but it's moving. Not.
It would give me a meditation body control roll against my my caster roll, which is. Give me a moment. it here. Uh, 21.
You're good.
So the silent screams for those of the living, they do not hear it, as the Duksit sees like these white, wispy, silvery tendrils of its own form begin to move, and it kind of looks like, as it starts noticing its form sort of decompressing like air, like gas, drawn into the eyes of the skull before it disappears completely. Bound. And I keep the skull there, and as I do that, I sort of look over my shoulder to what the others are doing. And as I look over, then I start like taking out other tools, as if I was preparing to treat.
Akova walks over, panting heavily, body sweating from the adrenaline rush. Though that sweat is slow coming, as it is chilled by the frost on his arms that slowly breaks off, sending shivers down his spine as he walks, holding himself, wounded against such an assault of cold air and vile intent. He walks closely towards this thing, his feet stomping upon the ground, staring down at this strange being of ice and hate. Looks into its shattered visage. And then begins to kick at it with its foot, and as it does so, breaking it more into small, fine pieces. And of course, even getting close to it, his breath, having that fog come out of it, as it's so cold to be around. What sort of being is this? Lo there, I haven't seen any of its like in my time. Not even heard tale of this.
Yeah, now I've heard tale about a golem. It's like a statue that a magi can make out of certain items. In fact, I wrote a play about it. I'm sure you have seen the play, the Golden Golem and the Obsidian Heart, the love story between a magi and a golden golem. But this here, this is different. The golems in the stories, they couldn't speak. They were just things, but this is like a person made of eyes. Born from such a thing.
A golem? Oh. Someone made this. We must be getting close for them to send such things upon us.
This is an unbalanced place. Bad energy. You hear me sort of mumbling.
Yes, the sounds of this place are all wrong, Arkova. I'm sure you have noticed this, but even the flow of time is blocked, like stones have been dropped in that river, slowing it down, redirecting it. I can see them, and they're all wrong.
It appears that these Dukset are connected. They are here reveling in it. They even send such things upon us, and he lightly kicks at the thing again, though reeling back with his leg as to how icy cold it still is. This is part of the power of the Magi, you say? Oh. The more I see, the more I don't want to see. Lo there. We go up against someone powerful then. We have caught someone's ire, have we?
as they're looking over the broken body of that ice, I'm uh, taking out little tools and whatnot, little, unraveling them out of like these little leather wrappings, little twine that tie them, and I'm taking out a small wooden bowl, and my water skin, I'm starting to fill that and whatnot, and working to see what I could do with to the body of Arrows. But as I do that, I'm only half doing that. It's almost like I'm on autopilot, while I'm setting up and doing that as I'm sitting on my knees. And I look to my right, I look over my shoulder, and I look, well, where the other specters are.
You can see that a lot of the specters have not risen from their bodies. You suspect the orcs sitting over them, draining everything. Must have done something to prevent this. Perhaps there's no echo of life when the ghost's tendrils are so deep in your life force. But you do not know. You can see the orcs still sitting by the that you could sit, looking around. One of them like focuses on you and like nods to you and turns its head again down to that you could sit.
I watch with a strange, detached curiosity and watch the orcs.
But
Oh,
But as you're looking, the two of you are looking over the brittled creature of ice, you can see there's like not the same like slight reflective surface of it anymore. It's like not as to that extent, but it's like it was a diamond and now it's just like normal glass crystal. It do not have that special glint to it anymore. It's like a broken, glass sculpture, just filling in these small, but all the pieces all like the same size when they break off. These like small pyramid stacked up on pyramid, like D8 size, as they are.
didn't mean to interrupt you with that.
I was just reading, but yeah, it's like that. And you, Trevor, you believe that it could have been some sort of manifested spirit who's still manifested in death into perhaps smaller things, but still coldness, and the breath of myth is close to it, but it slowly fades as it breaks off in small glass pieces. And yeah, you, Enter, can get 2 health gauge back. But yeah, can you give me I guess you would know this with your amount of bar, but there's like a lot of willows in this area, known for their pain relief.
Yeah, I have some grades in like outdoorsman, so
Yeah.
I'll be able to spot maybe. So, as I finish preparing, and I do preliminary preparations on some parts of his wounds, I'll get up.
Definitely have like frostbite.
Yeah, knowing what I have, I'll get up and I'll look around, and as I look around, perhaps to the others, you'll see me sort of get up, and in the strange orcish ways, I pick up that skull that was at like the feet of Eros. Like the skull was looking out away from his body. But I pick that skull up and I hold it in two hands and I do the strange sort of chanting where I bring it over my head and I bring it to my chin between my tusks, as if and I'm speaking in Thraxa. Those of you that know Thraxa, effectively doing some strange orcish chant, warding bad energy or bad spirits away from from this general area. And you see me walking around doing this. And of course, as I go close to one of the Dukasit, now and then, like, you two will see me just sort of stop, and then I'll bring it close to my mouth, and you'll see me sort of as if I was whispering something. But of course, I am incanting a spell, looking at the Dukasit, any sort of specters that are left, whatever their remains are. I attempt to bind them to the skull as I do this sort of this action.
Arkova walks over to Eros's broken form. Lumbering over, he kneels down. Oh, Epitax, is he going to be all right?
Perhaps.
Is there anything I can do? Perhaps a fire?
I just look back at you and I nod.
He begins
Yes.
quickly heading out
I'll
to the
help.
Oh yes, Kuro, please. Yes. He'll get out there and he'll start gathering logs and lumber and start building a fire. Of course, this time, what he'll build it will be a reverse fire. The heavy stuff on the bottom and the light stuff on the top, and it'll burn all the way down. A long-lasting fire that produces much heat and allows for the warmth to be brought back into Eros's body.
Yes. Good, Arkova. This is, I think, exactly what Eros needs. That ice thing back there. When I ruminated upon it a bit more, I believe it may have been a manifested spirit. They can bring a thing of cold from the spirit world into ours. And if that thing was brought anywhere near Eros in this state, I think it would surely kill him. He has fire spirits in his veins. We need to stoke those flames, bring them higher. And Mia, in looking at the shattered spirit, is the ice, is it like turning to water, or is it more like dry ice where it just
it's more like dry ice. It is like breaking up into these like 8-sided dice pieces.
So while I'm expertly giving advice to Arkova as he does all the heavy lifting of the fire, I'm poking at that shattered spirit. Oh yes. Studying the strange shattered ice that's turning into crystals. In a vain attempt to perhaps save some of them, I scoop some into a pouch and secret that away. But I don't have high hopes for being able to carry that around for too long. But it's just something I'm trying out.
At Arkova, he gathers these logs together. First, there's three of them that are about the length of Eros himself, and he puts them about 3 or 4 feet away from the body, and then has them lined together. And he'll put several sticks on the outside to keep the logs in there. Then he'll put 2 more logs on top of that, and then begin stacking the top with more and more tinder and other smaller logs going against lengthwise, back and forth, till we have this sort of strange pyramid structure that has been created now that is elevated upwards. And he begins to light it, and as he does, the fire goes from one end onto the other as he lights that other end, and the fire meets, and then those hot coals, they'll land in between of those larger logs, drying them out and lighting them aflame. for a nice, large, long-lasting fire.
Perhaps at the conclude, as you put the last stick on, and Kuro, you come in with a perhaps start lighting it. I got 32. Am I wrong?
Oh, you can see one. It's like they're beginning slowly to rise from the bodies as the orc spirits are moving from the bodies to you, and you can see them like rise up, and you can see like first they're like the horror on their face, and then they're like looking around, looking at you, and then they feel like a tug, and then more horror, and then they are let in, slowly floating against their will into that skull. You can not hear their screams, but they are silent.
I'm holding the skull, in front of my chest as I approach you too, and you just start managing to like light the fire, right? And I make my way over, and I look down at the fire, and I look at you two, and I'm just sort of nodding. We will be safe here from the Chippy. It is with us. It is strange. The land made wrong in this area. The Chippy only come one day. This is not the day. Very
His eyes light up as you say that. He begins looking around. Ooh. And he quickly begins to start to light that fire up on both sides as he does. And he'll look at you. Well, this should be a large fire to keep us warm throughout the night, yes, but he begins looking around nervously. Well, you think that Chippe, will it attack?
I look around. I am unsure. Strange land. I will be honest with you two. I do not come to the wood many times. I do not know. I did not know this wood is like this. Is it like this often, Kuro? This feeling?
Arkova's eyes train on you now, Kuro, as he asks you the question. He too is looking at you for answers.
Yes, I believe this feeling is most common, especially here. It's a strange place. Spirits here, maybe they're restless, maybe they're hungry, but the silence here is strange. As if something's waiting, something's ready, something needs to happen, something just out of sight is waiting for us, waiting for some sort of catalyst to start the flame. And I look into Arkova's bonfire that he's made to keep Eros alive. Yes, I believe that we are those catalysts. We're going to bring the flame. For what purpose? I couldn't say. Not yet. But I look into those flames, and I am lost in a reverie as my oracle nature tries to decipher what must be done. Perhaps it is madness, or perhaps it is wisdom. Truly, who can say?
The light begins to illuminate, and I make my way a bit closer to you too, as I, almost as if it was like a holy sort of weird orcish relic, this weird skull. I put it in my little satchel, and I step a bit more into the light, perhaps, and even though you guys have quite sharp vision, you see as I get close, you suddenly see that my chest, my robe, my clothing, there's like bits of frost and a noticeable sort of odd mark, and it's at that moment when you realize that, and I realize at the same time. I just sort of look down at that, and I sort of most oddly sort of press my hand up against the frost and the strange sort of markings on my clothing, and that's on my chest, and I just sort of press my hand on that, and I look at my hand, just kind of a little bewildered, but I have this odd sort of curiosity to that, and then I just sort of move between you two and sit down next to Arrows. We must leave this place. I feel if there are more Dukasit in this area, they will see the flame. If I can get Eros to stand, this I doubt. We must move away from this place.
Oh, just now. The fire has just been started.
Yes, yes. I must stay. I must read the flames. Yeah. And now I'm poking at it with a stick, having just been completely absorbed in these flames as my companions have no doubt been made aware that I will fixate upon strange things and try and suss out any sort of information from them. And this seems to be one of those times. It's just dancing in my eyes, the reflection.
Now is not the time to stagnate by this flame here. Though you do, I'm speaking as I'm sitting down next to Eros and working. Though Arkova do a great skill in making this fire, it will have to act as a distraction. We must use this to leave. It has been known to us, Arkova, by the Ferrum watchman that walked through. Do you remember?
Oh yes, I remember him.
He said there were more. I did not count as much as he said. They may be close by. I will do what I can in these passing time to bring Eros back.
You sort of see him like clench his fist up a bit, and then he like folds his arms under, and he just looks down at the flame a bit, his brow furrowed. To come so close. Damn. Damn. I suppose there'll always be next time. We're just so close.
Patience, Arkova.
He just nods his head firmly as he waits for your skilled hands to try to bring him out, whilst also looking at Kuro and seeing, or at least trying to attempt to see, what Kuro is seeing in those flames.
Ander, can you give me a meditation astral roll? And a conditioning. Guess that would be good as well. The flames are crackling as if.
All right, meditation. 16.
And you get the sense, Kuro, that
Or, excuse me, it was
flames have been
18, not 16.
18.
For meditation,
Oh.
yeah.
Cool. You get the sense, Kuro, that the flames have been here before. A strange little feeling that
17 on conditioning.
oh, good. You gain 1 health gauge. That's
I'm
great.
at a health gauge of 1.
Good.
Is that what you said, health gauge 1? Okay.
Yep.
So I kind of like stir and look around confused, and I rub my head.
Oh, wait. Yeah. As you are still unconscious, you're seeing yourself rising, crawling up of this black soil, looking at the long strands of grass and the sky of completely the same swirling of colors, but with a black background as if stars were dancing. You feel yourself cold, frost still clinging to you, and you hear something just so close to you. You can hear its breathing. You can hear the beast's teeth touching each other as it grinds them, as if blades were touching. You feel you have to get away from there. You have to get away. And you crawl away from the soil, rise up. You can still hear it. You cannot see it. The blades of grass are still covering everything except the sky. And you move closer, it seems, and then you move away. Moving away from this, moving over these, well, over this black soil, moving. And yeah, what do you do? You can hear it.
Do I in any way know what's happening to me right now? Or am I just completely vague as to that?
I would say that you perhaps have been in the Dreamlands before.
Alright. So there's something there that's bothering me. I'm going to assume it's perhaps a thing of Ajira. And I'm going to move towards it aggressively, not allowing it to hunt me or dog me. I will be a flame-haired hunter.
Mm. You move towards it. You're moving closer and closer. You can hear its grinding teeth. Do not feel your heartbeat race as you are expecting. You still hear that sound, that growl, that low, low sound. And then you see a shadow in there. As if you are looking through stained glass, you see a shadow of darkness behind the strains of grass.
I
Not
peer
yet.
very closely.
You're moving closer and you can look through. You're like moving the grass strains and you see like an amorphous cloud of blackness. It's still looking in another direction. You can see it like flames. It dances around the silhouette of a four-legged creature. You're not sure if it's wolf or fox. Two tails towards you. You can see it's flickering in this shadow, but it's not moving towards you. But you can hear its teeth. You can see its teeth through it. Big blades of silver, as it looks, and it slowly turns towards you. You can see its face. It's not that of a wolf you can see now. You can see the snout of a fox, the ears looking at you. It's not moving in, it just moves, looking at you. And then you can smell the forest again as you slowly step out and feel yourself as if a inside quicksand move down.
So I start kind of convulsing. My actual physical body starts convulsing slightly.
You can see it looking at you, like registering, like looking at you, moving a bit away. As if a fuck, but still like looking at you, not attacking as you are slowly like getting sucked down into the mist, and it follows you. And you can see like its snout as your eyes are covered by the black soil. And you wake up.
Ah! Oh, what? So like, I'm looking around, like just confused and disoriented to where I am at the moment. What has happened here? Like a fog. Answer me.
The flame. It pierces the fog, as I knew it would. Yes, Arkova, you have lit the way. And I jam a stick in the flame, and I make a sort of a makeshift torch, and I'm passing that over Eros. You see, the fire has healed him. I've seen these flames before. I have experienced them. Eros, you must have been here as well in the past. The flames are you. You were the flames, Eros, and you're back. You're back where you were destined. You're back in the place that remembers your name, though you have forgotten.
Lo there, your eyes have opened. Yes. Ho ho ho. You see Arkova looming over top of Kiro as they're both looming over you.
And I'm looking over, sort of, perhaps on the other side of your body, taking, just sort of slowly cleaning a part of your arm away from some of the frost, a warmer cloth. I just look at you, and there's a slight nod of.
His Apotax has kept your spirit in your body. I saw him wield the skull. He warded away the spirits and the dark things that will snatch it away. That have made your soul their own. But he frightened them. He frightened the spirits. They should fear him.
Arkova leans over towards you, Eros, and in his other hand he has this red, fleshy bits of meat that he holds up to you. Yeah, I got this from the Duke set. Letting some of the blood drip upon the lips.
The blood hits my lips, my tongue wriggles in ecstasy, seeming to revive me with their own essence. Yes. Oh, that sacred sweet nectar. Oh, the fair blood. So wonderful for my senses. I smell it and it certainly does taste divine.
Oh, then partake, friend. And he holds it in two of his fingers and kind of dangles it close to you, waiting for you to snatch it up.
Just the blood. Just sweet innocent blood is all I need, all I crave for right now, Arkova.
Very well. And then he begins He begins to put it into his meaty hand and begins to squeeze, and you hear that soft. It just pours out.
Oh, that blood is so sweet, rabbit blood. Oh, it fuels me. I feel it invigorating my organs, putting me back upon this place. I had the strangest experience there. I saw a fox, but it was not a fox there. On the cusp for some moments, I waited, resided there in the dream world, and now this blood, such a thing of this earthly pleasure. Oh, I cannot say it is so. How others could reside there so long, I do not know. Oh, I am so famished for blood. I appreciate your tending to such base need, Arkova. Oh, my body, though. I have been through much. What has transpired? I have only faint recollection of hoppers bouncing in the wood, attacking me. Did they do this to me? Those big-footed rabbit buffoons.
Oh, what did that to you, my friend? Was a creature of ice, and he points over into the distance. But I was able to fell it, I did. Yes, with this stone, ha ha ha, right through its head.
I don't remember. Oh, I remember them jumping around and fighting, kicking. I remember me in going into the air. Oh, there was cold breath. Yes, now I remember, and it shunted me to the forest floor. Damnable spirit things. Too much aether, too little substance to apply proper pressure. Ugh.
Well, I thank you for my diligence in bringing you sustenance, my friend. You should really be thanking Apotex. He is the one that tended to your wounds and brought you back from the brink, from the throngs of death itself. I merely bring food. And he takes that shriveled heart now that's been completely drained of its blood, and perhaps giving a piece over to Kiro as well.
I'll go with you, Apotex, yes. Thank you for your tender ministrations again, and I will assure you the stories that should be told an epoch from now will mention the one who brought me back from that chasm, that cliff abyss, there lingering dreamlands, waiting rooms, star-struck and wheat-filled, to bring me back from shadows of ethereal and place me firmly upon material. There they shall sing your praises, and I now give voice directly to you, Apotex, for grand appreciation of favor you have continued to perform. You are quite fine in your way and in your manner at attending to such, and my thanks dies only with my flame for you and what you have done. Hopefully, we may end this plight here of these rabbits. They have quite, earned my ire, and it's clearly seen the rest of you have similar designs upon their futures.
I just nod. A solid just. You are hurt, but we will have to move from this place. Arkova, Kuro, I would ask for you two to look for two strong branches. Leaves long, a stretcher, makeshift. We must use this for arrows to move him.
Oh, yes. I will get to that. And he'll grab a stick following the fashion that Kiro has and make himself a makeshift torch and begins to head out into those woods, scrambling up bits of wood that he needs, long, lengthy green branches. And he'll be cutting those with with like a cut stone, basically a very primitive hand knife. You hear that out in the distance, a tree bending and snapping.
We will keep the flame here for some time. It will not grow any further, Kuro.
No, I don't think it will.
Good. Rest, Eros. We will move shortly. You may feel pain.
As you say, so I shall. I'll begin to get into some light meditations.
You know, you come back, Okovan.
So like what happened? These two branches that have been cut from a tree, of course, and they'll be laying down next to them, and then they'll be woven together, and there'll be smaller branches in between that'll be put there, and then those two will be woven together with various plant fibers that he have found, and uh, begin going on doing that back and forth, laying up on their leaves and such.
I have no grades in Weaver.
No,
Or
me either.
outdoorsman. Oh,
Yeah.
outdoorsman would help as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have that.
I have grades in outdoors.
Yeah, good. Then you're good. But you move him. Are you moving him back away from this more hilly area, as you can see on the pictures, or are you moving him forward into the area again? Are you moving back where you came from the lakes? Or are you moving?
Kuro, Markova, do you remember? I am already lost in these woods. Do you two remember where the human come from?
Yes. They will back that away. And with my grades in outdoorsman and also the natural kitsune quality of determining true north, I'm able to point the way. And if that ever fails you, just even one such as you can follow their nose and find the human stench.
I just sort of look at you. I did not know they smell. Quickly. Lift him there, Okova. You must go.
Arkova picks up the stretcher and begins to move.
And as you're moving back, you can see the human. You can see the lakes as first. You can see that. Well, that wall filled with glass bottles in front of the tree, and you can see a sprite walking to and from the lake. And the humans, you can see one or two sitting out as lookouts.
Finally. I give my sorrow for you three, for you must tolerate them once again. Come.
Yes, I see.
Narkova just has a very silent like stare that he gives out. It's very firm as he looks onward to that human camp. He knows that humans are a mixed bunch.
You know what? Uh-huh. And as you move closer, you can see. Well, there are definitely fewer. You're not sure where they are, but you can see two boys are standing out. The sun is still up, but the day is ending. You can see them look at you. You come back.
Ugin.
They say in Sindarian. They nod.
I respond in Pelganese. Ugin. Ugin.
Yes, yes. And they, well, one of them like move squares of his chest to you. Yes, yes.
Are the is Ugin here?
No. He is in the other camp.
We must stay here until this one stands. Then we will leave.
He looks over. There's like a slight like hatred look at Eros, like, and he nods.
We had seen them, the ravenous cult. You stay here. You're safe, Ugin. Human. I say to them as we are making our way in.
And in Pelganese as well, Arkova will look towards him and say, "Oh, yes, because out there are spirits of ice." And like he puts down arrows, and then he has his arms up wide, showing how big it is. Oh, it was massive, with wings of shattered snow, and it ascended upon us. Look what it did to him. Oh!
And you're looking at you like a bit.
And his eyes light up, and he's just nodding his head with a wide grimace.
No such thing. No.
Oh yes, there is. Look at the frostbite upon my arms. Look at it. And he like flexes and shows a bit of the blood that streams down from the scars it was made. Oh.
He just looking at you like strangely.
When Arkova had set Eros down, I looked offended and I continued to wave that makeshift torch of ours over Eros's body. Yes, the ogre, he speaks true. There's things of ice out there. They sought to freeze the world, but no, we need to bring the clans in flame. The flame that burns in the shadow. Yes, they saw light and cold, but they were wrong. They were wrong.
And you see, like with it, like a confused looking at you. I do not know. We met some too. There are fewer of us now.
Those Duxet are the ones summoning them. Yes, they beckon these things of wicked ice over, and now they descend upon us. But we defended ourselves, and he like flexes his arms and pulls out the sling and kind of whirls it around a bit. Oh, that's what we did. I shattered this one, I did. With stone in hand and sling I threw, went right through its head. Oh, yes. He's like kind of flex.
He's like looking like, when you begin flexing, like move some step back.
He just like smiles and nods his head. Oh.
You see this like, okay, you can, I like, there are, that you could sit, yes, a white one, perhaps.
A white one, you say?
With like snow, right? You met one of those? Like looking at you strangely. There's no spirits here. This is not. They do not show themselves.
I look into that pouch that I put some of those octahedrons of ice. Are those still around, or have they
They're
faded
still
to
all
fall?
around. And they're also still like, cold.
Yeah. I then shake a few out into my gloved hand, and I hold those forth for them to behold. As you know, it's like they're just beautiful, like bluish crystal, and that white fog just sort of wafting off of them. Behold, I have some of the
Seem like a
spirit
movie.
stuff here. Yes, you gaze upon a thing from another world. A thing sent to kill us, to reduce us to frozen husks. But no, the flame was too strong, the flames that burn in our hearts, and the flames that burn in his will. And I pass that torch over Eros again. As if I can stir the life back into him, like he was a stew.
They just look at you and look at that. Spirits. It's like fear building you. They can. But you could. They could be killed.
Yes, they can, and they were crushed by a stone, hurled by an ogre. Yes, through might, they can be smitten down.
Ha ha, that is so true, my friend, and I did. And he like has that big old stone in his hand, and he kind of tosses it up in the air and catches it. Ho ho. As he brings like Eros' body towards like that campfire, he sets it down, and and then he'll sit down across from him. He'll like bust out the mandolin, and he'll begin playing a tune, telling him of the tale of how we smote the ice demon. Though it had just happened what would be mere moments before, he has now woven it into tale.
Oh. Yeah, I'm rolling. Hi, that's good. You two can see there is a white big moth with the siren, not a siren, blue still, sprite upon it, looking down at you as you're speaking, observing you with the moth's silent wings fluttering above you. You
It's
see
flying
her
in a moth?
blue. Yeah,
Okay.
big moth. Yep. But like in like helicopter stealth mode. Like
our
looking down.
Cobra is his big voice, he's singing, he's speaking about the tale of how he slew that ice demon. And, Kuro and I, maybe Kuro, as you bring that torch over Eros and whatnot, and I'm doing some other sort of preparations, like you and I both like look at each other, like we both like look up and notice the same thing, then we both look at each other. And I look back up at that moth thing. I just sort of squint my eyes a little bit, but then I look towards you, Kuro, as if silently asking you a question.
My eyes light up upon seeing it. I certainly do not have the grades in theology to discern much, but I know that moths, they love flame, and so I hold up that torch. Yes, he has come to observe the burning that we will be administering. This mouth has come to see the flame. It approves. It must also be a spirit of air. Yes, maybe of earth. It has come. It approves of our actions. This here is an omen. It needs to see the fire. Come here.
It is right.
And I try and beckon it over to like land on Eros. Yes, the fire is within.
You
Feel
can
it.
see like
I like
Yeah.
shake my head at you and like,
Yeah, you can see like a very like confused sprite sitting on top of it, looking at you, just like still like hovering, just looking at you like, what? And, but it lands beside Eros.
Does any of this hold me from my meditative strength?
Yeah, I guess it would. They have like they're not carrying you anymore, so that would be like a sudden bump on the ground. Right?
What's what's this? What?
Why are you?
Ah!
She really like falls off the moth when you say that loud, and she like grips onto the
My eyes
shirt.
like pointing to this tiny little thing in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
She like gets down and looking at you, and then
My
like
first
looking to you.
impulse, I kind of look at our clover for a moment. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to eat this. Thank you.
You know, as Arkova's playing, and he, he glances up. He sees that those two are like looking upwards. Maybe one of them gestures and points, and he looks up and he sees the moth. Oh, kind of gets jostled back a bit. Oh,
Wait, are you not for eating?
No. Why are you becking my moth closer? And she's like looking up at Kuro, like looking at you with like a sour look at you, Eros. After that, like no, and then like looking up at why this is not a spirit. Like looking at you, like why should you?
The moth has come to see the grandest of flames. Yes, moth. I can see the desire in your eyes.
You have come to give me adoration, you know?
Look, he does.
You see the moths like it's.
The sprite's a female, right? You said.
Yeah, the sprite's a female. There's a picture on Roll20.
Hold on, let me jump over there.
Moth is looking at you, Eros, looking at the flame, but still on the ground.
Enjoy that.
You said something about a spirit of frost. Can I see those crystals again? It moves a bit closer to Kuro.
What is your name, Sprite? I kind of look down at it like a little paranoid.
Me?
Yes. Why do you come here and watch us? You are strange.
No. I'm you.
Yes.
Stolen
See the crystals and gaze upon your enemy.
I'm like looking very interested at that. Oh. They are strange. I'm like taking a little hand up, touching it, and like, why, I saw you before. You've been to the humans once again. You're greatly upset when you left. But I guess they shouldn't hunt what you are. I feel the same with people eating. Well, let's get away with that. You are looking for Dukatsit.
We have found Dukusit. Mew. They break balance of wood. Of your home?
They are slayers of kin and breaker of vows. They need to be slain on sight.
Well, I suppose they are not. It happens. Well, who are you? All of you.
Up at
You
top.
are not.
This is Kuro.
Mm,
This is Arkova. These are their names.
mm,
Why
Oh,
do
wait.
you speak? Duke, sit to us now.
mm. Speak to good sit.
Uh,
Hmm?
you are with them in
No.
Flame Dance. I see. I remember.
I. Mm, it's long time since I've spoken to them. They are. I am closed in their ways, but they have not bothered me yet.
Hmm?
Hmm?
No. There you are in danger.
Hmm?
You. Dangerous cult. Duke Sit.
Oh.
They take orc life in
Oh.
Flame Dance.
Oh.
Uh,
Mm,
be
that's.
grateful you not were found by them.
Mm, but why do they take orc life?
Mm, I kind of
What?
shake my head, kind of like dismissing that idea. They are strange. I
Mm,
turn towards Arrows.
he's strange too. Mm,
What? You try to pretend you don't know me.
mm, uh, yes.
Have, have you been taken mad? Are you deranged? Or have you only lived, for a few moments?
No. No. I live here.
Oh, you haven't
Um,
seen anyone else in countless cycles, you say. I understand.
mm, I don't. Who are you? Mm,
Little one, I am Eros, Adonis, the vision of flesh, the flame dancer here, who carry upon my beautiful back all of this town, all of this city, all of this future.
mm, um, that is grand. I am you.
Oh, yes, I am indeed. Look upon me, a feast for your eyes ensured, and indeed, yes, little one, you've never seen the likes of the egg wolf bathed in flame, nor shall you ever. Only one of this type shall ever pass through the gates of this world.
You are quite. You're quite hurt. Um, um, um,
He is tended to.
Only for the
hmm, that's good. And she looks up at the humans. And speaks in Pilganese. When? Oh, how long would they stay? They stay with you? How you feed them? You need to feed them with something different. They will be mad. They will eat you. They will try at least. No, no, no. And he's like looking at you, and like, they will not eat us. No, 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 no. And he's like, they could. You have to feed them something good. Hmm? You feed them good, and they will not be mad again. You told me feeding bear to bear. Mm, this is not nice. And he's like looking at Akrova like.
And Arkova's just like nodding as he, He has this big, this firm brow of disapproval all across his face. Kind of,
you
like he's playing while everyone's been talking, but the playing kind of slows down. He kind of flexes too when he does that. As like, ooh, that mean mug look.
you you fare strange. I think we My brother did apologize.
Oh, you say we Fae are strange, but you are strange as well, hmm?
Mm, to
Yes,
you.
deranged, each and every one.
And he's like looking at you like, I will, yeah, take my leave now. I do not find myself deranged, but I do. Mm, well,
Aren't we all strangers in the strange land, yes? The strange land of life itself? Let us learn and see from one another, huh? Ho ho! And let us not kill bear as well, hmm? It continues with that firm brow as he plays his mandolin, letting that music caress over the fire and flame.
I just do not understand why you would not kill the ones that attack you, but I will not do it here with you. He just shakes his head like, no.
I thank you for allowing us back in. We will be safe. We can handle ourselves. Go watch other place. Go now, Ugin. Go now.
He moves away, like looking at you, like nodding, showing that respect, like a slight bow to you, to the orc, and then like looking at the other, like a little bit, like, yeah.
Mew, why do Ugin know you? You do not know Duke Sit in your wood, but you know
I spoke to
human.
the Duke Sit before.
Huh? Like someone like pull back, like, oh, it's a spy, I knew it, like as if I'm paranoia.
Yeah, like they speak some do the tongue of satyrs, like we are speaking it now. They are strange, but they are not bad. I do not believe. They have strange views, but they do buy what I'm selling. So they give coin sometimes. They have opium. This is I'm like looking at you like well, like satyrs. They're yeah. They did not bother me, but yeah.
And then like I calm down a bit. I just sort of nod. The other dukes sit here. They are not what we are looking for. We had seen other dukes sit, those that are part of a strange cult to a god that only wishes to put death upon people of Flame Dance. They must be avenged.
This is not good. How is Flame Dance? I hear it was burned down from the human, but how can a city of flame burn?
Flame Dance not safe for you. You stay in forest. Flame Dance is alive, but not well.
Still, it was triumphant when the minions of the god called Troll floated in and was devouring flesh. Instead, the citizenry took up their torches, burned some of their own homes to save the rest of the town. A selfless act, a brave act, to defy one so powerful that it was hundreds of thousands. Yes, Flame Dance continues to flicker. Flame Dance continues to be the light in the Eastern world.
Troll was so very, Very delicious. Even the back of my throat now I can recall. What a wondrous crunchy. Oh, delicious.
You see human, Ugin human. You see this Mew?
You,
Not these ones here, the ones that go.
the ones that go?
Yes, ones that go deeper in.
Oh, this is. I no, I do not think that. Hmm. Like, no, no. This is the deepest. No, maybe. They don't tell me much, but they buy my drinks.
What
It's
you
good.
mean? You say this Duxit place, home in wood.
Hmm. They are here. I think I know where they are. I have not been there. They do not want to take me there. They,
This is
yeah,
good they don't take you there.
I suppose. Did they really kill Orc?
19 Orc. You know this number.
Uh,
It is high. It is many. Too many.
Good. That's not. Good. Why? Hmm. Why? Why? And just, yeah, sits upon her mouth again. You.
Be
I do not
silent
know
when
what.
you be silent when you move in your home, you. If this is near the dwelling,
No,
it
it's.
must
And
not
she
be safe.
points to like a house, a house in a tree. And you can see like bottles hanging on the side of it, by the side of
Mm.
it, on strings, as you can see on the tree. But yeah.
I sort of pause a bit. A
Hmm.
little bit of wonder, a little bit of curiosity sparks in me. Just,
Hmm. You know, and she points to your instrument. I could, we could put something on that. Some of the water. It will be better.
What?
You
What do you
should
mean?
dip it. Hmm?
Dip this into the
Mm.
water.
Mm. It is. I hear. It is the teardrops of Cinder. Mm.
His eyes like light up when he hears that. Oh.
I make the sweetest drink. It smells like rose petals and tastes like honey. But from there, and she points to the like icky lake still like bubbling. Hmm?
And he looks over towards Kuro and Apatax, his foremost guides into the world of the mysticism and the unknown, and he looks towards them with eyes silently questioning. Oh, is this true?
I just shake my head very slowly, like,
Hmm? And she's like, it's true. It's true.
Let me try it then.
My drink. You should not drink the water from there. You should drink my drink. Hmm?
That's what I said.
Oh, and she like, I will. You can follow me. She like
Very well.
kicks the leg of the moth and then like
As
moving.
as we walk, I do speak to Arkova. Yeah, the sprites are skilled in the ways of the magical and mystical arts. You see, they are so small that they need to learn them, or else they'd be gobbled up by everything around them.
Oh.
And she moves to like the rack of like different bottles. You can take this one. like a rose glass bottle, rose-colored glass bottle. This one, take it. It is a gift to the flame dancer.
How big is it? Is this like a tiny bottle, or
No. It's like
her bottle is like the same size as her?
yeah, a little shorter, but yeah. Oh,
Thank you. Appreciate that. Reach over and take it. Here, let me give you this as a gift from the Flame Dancer to you. Oh, sprightly one. I pull out some pieces of finely perfumed and prepared potpourri from your Eros Adonis, and I take it and just sort of spread it around and it's right there. Inhale that and drink in deep from the nectar provided. From Eros Adonis, your flame dancer, guardian of your home. And then that's what I mean by like huge fiery wings just erupt in dramatic fashion, enlacing me in feathery orange flame. Wreath.
and she like smiles, closes her eyes for a moment, and just hangs there. And John, you can see her like antenna like moving up.
Yeah. Take that in. A sight like you'll never see again in your life. And I will drink, maybe I don't know, a third of the drink here.
And it does taste lovely, as you said, like honey, and like smell like rose petals, and it just there's like it's like slightly tinge of alcohol. You can like feel as it's slightly, you can feel it in your throat a bit, but it's not as strong as you might suspect, but from what you call it. But yeah, it's an alcoholic beverage, and she lands again. You are perfume, potpourri, craft of smells.
Yes, I am the one who is fragrant, the bringer of beauty, the owner of pleasure. Yes, you should come into Flame Dance more often and see the fine wares that we have in the storefront that Clara and I are reassembling now after the beast named Troll came and attempted to smash such a luxurious dwelling place. Oh, it makes the flame rip and radiate through my innards. But all substantially remedied with time's sweet elixir. At least that's what Quiro babbles on about when he's asleep.
Yes, Flame Dance can never be extinguished. It is a place of new beginnings for the Fae. And I reach out with one finger, just like sort of pet on the head of the sprite. And for some reason, humans and film.
Does she seem like I mean, that looks almost like she's been sexually assaulted. She's like, oh God, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's just like oh God, like moving your hand away, like and she like nods. That's nice. And then she like move like a little bit back.
Easy there. I kind of whisper towards her. Easy there, Claro. You're not doing a very good job there with your movements.
Well, but you should, Clover. You should dip it. You should find a pond and dip it. But you can only dip it in once. I have seen clergy do this from the city.
Oh, in that case, I shall partake of this. He begins like walking off immediately.
And then she like looks at the other like three of you, and then she like slightly like sidewalks like into her hut, like looking at Kiro with like a slight like annoyance, and then she like opens her door, like shut it. You can see light coming from in there. But
Do not move much for your wounds, heroes. I say as I pass by you and I follow Arkova.
Yes, for my health.
And as Arkrova approaches the pond with the seemingly golden water, he sits down on his knees and looks upon it, getting forth his mandolin out and holding it before him. I'm not one for ritual and mysticism. These things are beyond me. But if this should help, if this should enhance the power of my music, then so be it. And he'll take it and he'll dunk it into the water, holding onto it firmly. And then after a few moments, lifting it.
Oh, by the way, do you touch the water with your hand?
Yes.
Okay, I would say this is not a particularly nice feeling, as you can feel like not it's like slimy, not coldness, but that just like wetness. But it's not wet. It's like putting your hand in slime, basically. Even though
Oh, it's like
move.
Oh, okay.
Like ichor, like thick ichor. It's not like clinging to you at all. It's just like around your arm, and it just fills you with this great sense of wrongness, of like, yeah, it's just wrongness, and you can feel like your hand is a bit like tickling, as if you are, yeah, just tickling as you move your hand up. Again, it's not sticking to you.
You begin to see like a shudder from his shoulders all the way down his spine as he begins to pull this back up. I hope that was worth it. As he pulls the mandolin back up and gazing upon his countenance once more.
You can see it looks newer. It looks as if it was oiled. And when you're looking upon its backside, you turn it. You can see the name of your father and your grandfather, and like you can see the etchings of something after that. You can see 2 other names, like slowly, not fully formed, but you can see them now that there were other names higher up on the back of it. You can see your own name, Akrova, at the bottom of the list.
Yes, and a big broad smile walks over as he traces his fingers over that lineage. Oh, yes. Those who have played before me. Then he grips it tightly, holding it to himself, before wrapping it around once more. He looks over towards you, Epitax. Look here, Epitax. I could see clearly now the names of those who have played this before me. Look there, that is my father. This here is his father's father. And there, that is great uncle. Even further back, ancestors I don't even know of. Lost to time, but they're there. This mandolin's been passed down many generations. Lo there. This mandolin has played many a song.
Now I see. I find it difficult to speak with sprites like Duxit. They are strange. But I see it was not a trick, joke they put on you. Perhaps this does what you had said.
Hmm. It looks newer. It looks better. It looks revived. Yes, and with it my spirits as well. Ho ho, Apotex. I too feel revived. My friend, how do you keep so patient? Huh? How do you subside your fires within and kind of pats you firmly on the shoulder?
There's a slight sort of, but there's a noticeable sort of, uh, in comparison to hitting, maybe Kudo on the back, there's a bit more of a thud hitting me. But I look at you. Uh, New York life is long. Since we are small, a child, our mothers teach us to understand our place in history, our place in time. Mm. This philosophy is prominent in Orc community. All Orc know this. This is why I am like this.
I envy that. Your ability to analyze the situation. Lo there, I see the wisdom, and I see something that I lack wholly. As we're walking back.
Some ogre uh, say same thing. It was one of the first things I say to you, for I had thought many ogres one way. Mm. But in time, ogre that be around orc, learn orc, they understand more. They uh, no more eaters of men, no more murder, no more.
They come?
Uh, mm. I just sort of look at you and I kind of shake my head, but kind of nod, like
Mm.
they try to be.
Trying. That is good, at least they try.
I had not apologized to you,
Huh? What do you mean?
for I must now. I did not know the house of contemplation, a place of ill, ill place. Mm. I did not know it was a place that strange thing to mind. Uh, uh, before the locust come. Do you remember?
I remember. Though I will say it is foggy at best. I was at
That
peace,
is good.
though. I
You
remember
do not
sleeping
want to
much
remember.
and dreaming.
Mm.
I enjoyed that.
Mm. It was strange on me, but perhaps your fey connection to that place, it mm, aids you. I do not know.
Well, I'll tell you this now, Apotex. I wish to stay in Flame Dance. I've wandered around many places. I've seen many things. But here, I like it here. I like the people. And perhaps, in time, maybe I too learn a bit of the ways of the orc. And more. Hmm.
Yeah, I just let out a low sort of confirming nod with that, confirming nod. make my way back to the human camp where Kuro's there, or Eros is laying down, or I beckon him to sit down or lay down. It's morning, right?
No. It was yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
actually
like
moment.
dusk.
It's like yeah. It's day. But
Oh, day. Oh, okay.
yeah.
You know,
But
but being, I guess, tired myself, eventually I'll find a place under a tree.
sleep. So the day passes. You are served by the humans. They're giving you very small bits of meat in like
Well, I'll find out what these are before anything is eaten.
they say it's rabbit and deer, and it's in like a cranberry like sauce, like very sweet sauce, as in a stew pot with that. That's what they're serving you basically, and they're serving like a salad, a sorry salad of like different assorted flowers for Avitax really not knowing what he needs to eat, and perhaps like some of the berries as well. Not really
When our
trying.
when our Kovar partakes, he'll kind of pull from his from a little pack that he has around his waist. He'll pull a little bit of dried meat, aka dried up Duke set hearts that he's been frying over that fire. Delicious. Puts it over top. Perhaps offers it to our other two Dark Fae here, so that they may also partake of that delicious festivities.
You also find out that they do not want you inside of their tent, but they are not appalled to you, like them feeding you or you staying outside of the tent, but they don't want you inside. But yeah, and you
I'm
see
covered in dirt and stuff. Yeah, I don't care. Just
you
now and
see,
then, like I sort of brush my cloak off a bit, but I just.
you can see them just looking at the other, like there's like a bit of suspicion, but there's not the hatred. They're like talking like quietly amongst themselves. One of the youngs going to get your food. The old man you really assaulted Eros is just way in the back, just looking at you, just over the shoulders of the others, trying to keep inside the
I
tent.
will return to gaze at him, though he's loathsome to me.
You see him like looking, like you see like his one or two teeth in his mouth just glinting from inside of his mouth as he like looking at you and like walking inside again in the tent. Perhaps it was his decision, but you may not know this. But the day passes, and with the night, you are still hurt Eros, of course. But are there anything you other want to partake in this fine evening?
Avatar, have you been providing any additional barbery to me?
Yeah, just now and then cleaning. Just it's general sort of maintenance. Things have been stitched up.
Okay, well, it's wasn't only a health gauge of 3, so let's see. Um, all right, so I am at with my penalty of 5. I am at an 11. I don't know how well he does, and if any of that's going to help me regain any of my
Oh, do you want me to roll?
Hmm.
force.
This is
Ooh.
but the other two of you, Kuro and Akrova, are there anything you are partaking in as they are trying to
Well, Arkova's he's gonna
Oh.
play his tune for a bit before getting tired and lulling himself to sleep.
Can you give me a minstrel roll?
Of course.
Good.
That's an 18 right there.
Okay. You feel like it's as if you got a new, when you get a new headset and it's like there's more in the top and in the bottom of the spectrum. You feel that just a slight bit. There's like, and you feel like maybe you're psyching yourself into believing this, but you just know that there must be something. But there's like a slight. Yeah,
An
you certainly
immense,
do.
an immense feeling of satisfaction washes over him, and though why he doesn't say anything, you can see it on his face as there is a wide grimace and, of course, a broad countenance to his smile as he's nodding his head to every tune being played.
I lean in closer as Eros moves away. My white ears are twitching and attempting to scoop in and bring in every single new note. Oh, yes. Yes, I knew it would be so. Yes, the sprites have knowledge of strange things. I can hear a new warmth, a new depth to the sound. So truly, these must have been, as she said, the tears of Cinder. Huh.
Is it not glorious? It feels like new again, and much more. Look, you can even see the etchings of my fathers and family on there. He turns it over briefly to show you.
Oh, so they were literate. Fascinating.
A bit of a befuzzled look crosses over Harkova's eyes upon that, and this quickly returns back to playing.
Ah, so beautiful. A shame that the humans are able to gain some of these notes without paying proper due. When you return to Flame Dance, oh, the coins will fill your hands, Arkova, so much that they will spill free and clinkle upon the ground. Let me make sure that none of them go to waste, and I will be there to catch what falls, just to keep it safe, of course. Yeah, keep it nice and safe for you.
Of course, Kiro, and of course these notes will lend much to your plays, yes?
Yes. I can think of the most triumphant of battle speeches, the most sorrowful of love stories, and the most mysterious and frightening of horror. Yes, all these things, I can see them as I hear the notes. Yes, truly, sometimes a thought can become a sound, and you give voice to these thoughts, Arkova. It's beautiful. Yes.
Oh, why thank you. Then allow me to continue playing and fill your mind with more thoughts. Let them inspire, yes.
And
As he
I
revels
actually like
in the play.
curl up, next to Arkova, and like my tail goes over my face, and I'm just like listening. My ears are going.
And Arkova continues his revelry in playing, and now and again the notes will be soft before they pitch back up again, and going into this nice little pattern, like the ocean waves, the ebb and flow. Very trance-like for him as he bobs his head to each tune, to the crackling of the flame, and the lulling of sleep that will eventually come.
You do. And I would like to know how long you will stay here. Will you wait for Eros's upbringing? The humans they are friendly to you, but the longer you are here, you can see the more like pressing of like when are you going to leave? You can see they're like there's a bit of like shortage of food, as if they have to hunt instead of looking for Dukutzit to keep up with the Fae. But, well, as perhaps you, Kuro, are walking in the camp, you can see the armaments of the Dukut Sid are lying, some of them are lying in a pile, with shoes and kukris all neatly kept. 4 of them lie there. A bit of blood on them, but, well, yeah. Perhaps there was a struggle. And can you give me some long-term care, Lou? And for you, Arrows?
You just want me to make one roll, or what are we looking for here?
It depends on how many days you're going to stay here, basically. But
I know it depends on them.
yeah, I know. So it has to be like good.
That roll right there with my penalty, it's like pass up right now. The penalty -2, 5, 12. Well, not including whatever he may have done to help me.
But you gain 2 health gauge back from some long-term care.
Yeah.
And if you other have, some of you other have wounds, you can also roll conditioning, of course, 2 times because you've been here 2 days. And I should find out. Yeah. Why have you not gone out hunting yet? You are just here in the camp. Is Flame Dancer alright? Has he got a sickness? You can see one of the Ugin speaking to Abitax.
No.
I don't speak their dirty language. Clay in my mouth.
No. I just turn around and just say no.
I just look over Arrows as you tip to him.
We eat too much.
It's you don't go hunting with us. You don't look. You can stay, but you know.
If you move, we
Looking
will
at
have
a
to
crow.
move. Tell us
Wait, no.
this. Do not hide that. Do not let us hold you here. It is dangerous here.
We would like to leave camp and move to another place. The food stocks is going short here. And few Dukut Sids are found. Yeah.
Do what you must. We will react. And thank you again for letting us stay in your camp.
Of course. Abitax. Of course.
Yes, the food was good, but I must warn you, be careful of those things of ice that they will summon upon you. Those phantoms of destruction, they have only hatred and cold breezes for you.
Is this really true?
It is.
We have to get this to Ugin. I will send someone as we move. We will move in 2 days from this place. We will move south. Away from the hills.
What about the other Ugin? How find you?
We have one who will go to them and tell them where we are.
Tell this Ugin human, go quiet. like you upon White Moth. Quiet. You understand?
He looks towards her house. Yeah.
Good. Good.
And he moves again. They're making ready in a band to get out. But yeah. And do you move out? See the daylight trickling in from there, the canopy. You hear the strange sounds of the bubbling water and a slight like buzzing of bugs somewhere. No, of course, no bird tweeting, as no birds have been seen in this forest for a long, long time. Yeah.
They're bringing down their camp and they're going south, right? Is that what you said? Okay. So, of course, I'll see and I'll look at Eros and I'll see. Okay, at least he's recovering, and I'll look at you three. We will have to find a safe place. My Altenlang cot is at the edge of the wood. It is far, and I know we go away, but I do not know where else we may be safe until you, Eros, recover. I feel, underestimated. This cult. We must not do this again.
I feel that I perhaps need at least another 2 days before I'm at my fighting peak. My back was badly damaged in the fall, and the poultices you have put on me are only still seeping into that damaged, inflamed, flame-strewn flesh to calm that nerve and put my humours balanced right with your technique. Do you use any leeching?
No, I do very precise. Not even with like just a dagger or like a knife. It's like these very precise, specially made little tools.
Like acupuncture?
Yeah, acupuncture or little other sort of cuts that I'll make. They're very sort of small, very skilled. But Kuro, do you know how to get back? You remember our first camp,
Yes, I can find such a place easily, and I hold out my hand in that strange inborn kitsune way of finding true north. And as I move, my nose immediately finds it, and I just point.
Hmm. We must go when it is light. Come. Can you walk, Eros, now?
By the
You
way,
sure?
it is light, and the Ugin said they would be taking up camp in 2 days, just so you know.
Oh, like they're not leaving now? I thought they
Oh,
were leaving.
no. They're like, we have 2 days. You can.
Alright, never mind everything I just said. We will leave in 2 days.
I did.
If you have your strength to stand, Eros, then this is good.
Yes, but I do not know if I wish to make it the fullest of walks on a day. Perhaps in the first day we take it a slight bit, a step, a stride slower than we had upon the past.
Yes.
Yes, we'll allow us to move slower, keep our eyes out for more ambushes in case something is hopping out of the bushes, spear and kukri in hand.
Yes, who knows what sort of things that those Duxit have prepared for us if they're willing to throw upon us such spirits of ice and hate. Who knows what else that they may conjure forth against us? Hmm.
And so then, we pack up, and it's like a slow make our way back with Kuro leading us. We leave the human camp, and make our way back to the Optoland camp. In my cart.
Yeah, that takes like perhaps a day or two. Yeah.
Let's actually make some more rolls, though. Yeah.
Yeah, you should make more rolls. I would also like you all to make
As we begin to walk. No. Oh, how many rolls total was I meant to make? Because I'll work this one and tell it where it makes sense.
you have to if you're walking for 2 days, then it's 2 rolls.
Oh, maybe we'll use that one for the second one. It might be more cinematic that way. Okay. Well, the first day, were you giving me any medical attention as well, or no?
You can roll
on both days. I gave you my rolls there.
Well, the one isn't going to make any difference. I'm going to take the 21 there, I guess.
Like whenever we stop and rest and whatnot, I'll...
All right. So I have and I'm out of the quick at this point. I have a 14, and he had a 21.
So you get 2 health gauges back. 21.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're out of the quick, then you get 1 extra, I believe.
All right. So I am. I'm sorry. I am going to give you my cell lustly for the second one, as I think that it makes a lot more sense to do this one. As we are now actually moving through the wood, maybe an hour and a half in, I get this huge muscle knot. It just swells and just rips ever so slightly where my back was so badly damaged, and pain flares through my flesh, through my form. And I kind of lurch, and I hear I'm like in the very back, and hear like a popping sound, and a shuffling feet against my leaves, and I shuffle forward, breaking more of them. My hand hits against the bough of a tree, and I fall kind of onto my side, further hindering the situation. The pain. I'm just kind of laying there, like it looks like very badly injured. They're laying on the ground in the dried leaves and in the fungus of the forest floor.
Stay still. Barkova.
Oh.
Just like
put
my
him beside the tree.
Oh,
Strong.
yes.
Careful how you move me, Arkova.
Yes.
Not wish to become a cripple. Oh, such a noble fate for Eros Adonis. No, such cannot be. Of course.
Like I'm making my way over too.
And tears forming in my eyes. No. Such cannot be. Such cannot be the end of my fate. Simply a pedestrian commoner. I cannot be devalued into such agony. Pumping shears. Agony.
And Arkova will come over and gently scoop you up and pick you up like a little baby and begin to walk over towards that tree and brace you up against it slowly. Oh, all right, there you go. There you go.
Yes, your spirit is so strong, but you've forgotten your body has been desecrated and devastated by those usurpers. Yes, you need to relax. And I begin to pet through the flame orange hair of Eros Adonis, although something in the back of my mind, seeing something so horribly wounded in the forest, causes causes me to feel hunger, but I push that away.
All right, so what you feel being so utterly keen on these sorts of things, and obviously you're moving a lot better than me, so one of two things will happen. Either you'll be slapped firmly in the face, or you will skitter back away from a very able and quick right hand that lunges for your face. How dare you! You little... my back!
I do jump away, and my tail is all sticking up and like bristling. Like,
you won't eat me, Quero! You won't eat me! You filthy bastard cunt!
I was just looking over your wounds. I was just inspecting
I
those.
feel what you're doing!
deep-
I feel it deep in my dark core! Ajira has given me such senses and smell and my ears, my eyes to read forward the predatory grasp of you, little one. No! You shall not have me! I am the divine blood flowing freely from foreign sands. To some end inside a fox's liver, I think not. Never! There's still bite in this burning woof. You should not want to experience it. Oh, my back. Oh,
And Arkova, sitting there, he's like, has his hands on his knees as he's knelt down watching this exchange happen. He kind of reaches into his pack. Oh, Kuro, I have some heart if you want some. There was plenty of Duke set out there.
Oh yes, anything that's has ever been offered to me is immediately just like disappears into my hands. And I'm gnawing on it. Oh yes, thank you, Arkova. It seems Eros is in his pain is giving him an ornery nature to have such aspersions leveled at me that I would take a bite out of a friend, even though a wounded and helpless friend, I would never do such a thing. And I begin to sulk next to a tree, and I'm just like,
glare at you.
Here, Eros, here. This is the last heart I have. Here, partake of it.
I almost comically just look between Eros and Kuro, just confused. Yeah, I was like taken aback when you bared your fangs. I was like, oh. But
and as you take that last heart, Arkova kind of walks over and kind of sits down across from everyone, and he might pass you Epitax, and as he does, you'll hear him mumbling his breath. But that was the last heart. I have to get more now. Oh. This is slight defeated tone as he sits down.
I kind of turn and like look at him, like, oh, God, no. As if reaffirming something in my mind, I just do a couple of nods. Eros, and I say like to get your attention as I move a bit closer. Must take a better look behind you.
Yes, at least I know you won't eat me. I'm much larger than a cricket.
And I slowly sort of move you, perhaps a bit more of a hair. But I slowly put my hand on your shoulder and push you forward and over to the side. A bit of having a bit more knowledge of anatomy and how not to bend you in comparison to Arkova when he picked you up. But I look at your back. You may feel some pain.
Yes, fine, very well. Do what you need. And you can see I'm wincing, and there's actually tears in my eyes.
And I look at your back, and I sort of maneuver myself a bit, so I can put both my hands on your back, and you feel like that that not even leathery. It's just like imagine the texture of plant, like of a stem or of a smooth leaf. It's like this smooth yet coarse feeling of orc hands on you. And then, like I was sort of moving as if I was looking to feel for something. My hands slowly begin to move as if I'm like locating it. Then there's a slight pause, and then as I push to the knot, of course, there's a electric shock of pain and relaxation that shoots through you as I begin to knead out the muscle, slowly doing vaguely chiropractic practices upon you.
And as far as you, Akrova, you're looking away down, as you see, there's like something like a big footstep inside around with under the leaves. You can see it like pressed in. It's very big footstep. It has like a canine footprint with the four fingers to the paw, and Kuro, as you're like standing by the tree, you can smell a fox. But yeah, definitely smell fox. Do you see this big like footprint, Akrova?
Oh, come look at this here.
And when you move like more of the leaves, it was basically where arrows fell. And if you move more, you can see more of them, like through the.
Yeah, so Corvus like kneeled down and he's like scruffling the leaves aside, and he begins pointing out the tracks and showing the indentations. Look there. And puts his hand next to it as a good size comparison. Oh.
Your eyes have found something quite fascinating, and my nose has detected the scent of a brother fox. And yet strange, look how large this footprint is compared to even your hand. So mighty a thing, and of course there's the smell of Eros' blood. Older blood here. Yes, he spoke of a fox when he was smote down. He spoke of seeing such a thing. And here we have the evidence of it. It was not just fevered ramblings of his burning and wounded brain. Yes, it was a thing here. It guided him. It could guide us. It looked out for him. It could look out for us. Oh. And I just start like on all fours now, my nose, sniffing at the prints, and I just start following those.
I just look, as you are sniffing, and I just continue working on Eris's back.
Do you think that it could be a fox being chased by something larger?
I have not seen any fox prints, so unless it stepped in exactly the same place, I think it was on its lonesome.
Oh, then this was a truly large fox.
Yes, unusual. I would have said even a large wolf, but the smell is unmistakable.
Kuro, do you think this might be a spirit? These woods, they're alive with them. We ran into that one of hateful ice. Perhaps this is one of your kin. Could you appease it? Talk to it. Oh. And his eyes light up.
Oh, if only I could. I can speak only to the temporals. That's the ones that we call that are descended from the Lord of Time. But let me just take a look here. And again, I shift my perception into that strange realm where the mathematical symbols seem to float through the air, little beads upon webs as if the whole world was bound together by an abacus. And I tug these strings. I move some of these beads. I seek to perceive any usage of the oracle ability in this area. And again, if anyone was able to see the expenditure of prana, that diamond soul that is in all magi has cracks running through it, and a bright blue steam exits there as I expend far too much prana compared to those who are more efficient, those whose souls have not been shattered from ageless life after life.
You are not as close to the lakes as you are still, so you feel there's like a slight sense of like when you're looking at your creations, there's slight mistakes, not as at all as severe or as noticeable. You just know that you're looking, you can see, but you see there's no perhaps direct change in time. There's just this slight wrongness where the symbols don't really, as you are accustomed to, they're not flowing with the same will. It's like you have to talk a little bit too much in the strands of time.
It is a minor effect, but the strands here are stubborn, and it'll pull a bit harder to see. Yes. Yes, something was here. I felt it stronger in the past, but there's a bit here. These whispering woods. Yes, time does not flow the same here as it does elsewhere. It's strange. The spirits here are all mixed up, or perhaps they're all so powerful that they can just manifest themselves and make their will be done, and each spirit has their own agenda, and it crashes and collides with the agendas of others. We are in a spiritual battlefield. And I'm looking around as if I expect to see air spirits and thunderbirds and, rocks just battling each other.
Glancing up from the prince, his eyes are wide as he gazes upon you and what you say. Oh. Clashing, you say. Oh. And his mind is filled with bewilderment and fascination.
Yes, the spirits. They play their games. You've no doubt played some cards or diced at thrones in the taverns. Well, those are merely things for us to exchange coin and to pass the time, but to spirits, and the stronger spirits, the gods, that is their machinations. They play this game in the same way that their rulers, kings, queens, and dukes move around their pieces, their armies. The spirits do the same, hidden from all of us. Games that we have no idea that we are the pieces in. You cannot see the board. You cannot see the strings. There's a strange fate, one that must be avoided at all cost.
Will that even include, and he takes like a big gulp, us?
No, it could include no other, for we are mighty. We shine so brightly, so powerfully. What spirit would not wish to have us upon their board? Huh? Our wisdom, our strength, our agility, our skill at all things. Yes, beautiful individuals such as us, they attract the will of the spirits.
Wondrous. Yes. Oh. And his eyes glaze over in wonderment. thinking of all the different postulating ideas that have been wrought into his mind now.
It is wondrous and terrifying. A fine thing it would be for a spirit that serves Cinder to take notice of you and simply float about your mandolin each and every night, listen to those tunes and bestowing upon you wealth and physical affections, but you play one single wrong note. Oh, and then her will turns sour, and you are cursed until the end of your days. This is the way of the spirits. You cannot know them. You cannot understand them. They are beyond us.
Oh, and he begins to turn his mandolin around and grasp it like a small child. Oh, no, no, please, please, spirits of Cinder, don't do this to me, please. Oh, no there, no, no, no there, no. His eyes began looking around wildly.
Upon seeing Arkovas' intense distress, I just say, of course, those were just idle ruminations on my part. I have no proof of this. I seem to have done some damage there.
He turns his mandolin around. Don't do that. It scares me. I do not wish to have bad spirits. I've already slain one of ice and hate. I would hate to see more powerful versions. Its cousins, perhaps. Oh, lo there. The things I must do. The things we must endure. What such a serenade it will make.
Yes, Arkovas, Spirit Slayer. You maybe have made enemies of the cold, but any other spirits opposed to them, perhaps ones of flame, or perhaps ones of safety, yes, protection. Yes, they will look favorably upon you for destroying such an evil thing. Like I said, the spirit world is a complex one. It cannot truly be known.
Oh. He glances over back at Eros and Apatax.
My eyes harden on you, thinking perhaps you two are out to eat me. I say, not between both of your stomachs shall you have me. I am all teeth and much bite.
Oh, I do not wish to eat you.
So you say.
And he looks over at Apatax. Is he all right, Apatax?
I just look at you and I give like a slightly, I could just tilt my head like, I continue working.
And he leans over towards you, Kiro. He's grown so cranky. He now thinks I'm going to eat him.
Yes, well, his wounds and the stress have put him in a foul mood. But you shouldn't say something like you have no wish to eat him. Is that not an insult? To say that you would not sup upon that flesh. I find it rude to say such a thing, as if he's not worthy of being eaten, and he is worthy of being eaten. I only say so as a friend. I appreciate the perfection of his form.
I'm just glaring over there.
Yeah, because this is still very audible, even though we're a bit far away. Even though he's a bit wounded over there.
I'm glaring at you guys.
Arkova kind of shields himself from the glare as he feels it like that of a hot beating sun upon his backside. Oh.
You should be good to stand now. I say after, a good 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, he can stand, and when I hear Apatax say that, I start to move away.
Very slowly, I get up, and immediately I go to grab like a any kind of walking stick that I might be able to get a hold of? Which I'd already have like sourced out something like that while I was down there. Had plenty of time to look around, obviously. Yes. I'm just glaring at both of you, like. Obviously, lots of thoughts are swirling through the cloudy miasma of my dark mind as I look towards both of you. My teeth clenched, shining, white, sharp, and ominous. And I'll sort of put Apotex between the two of us and just keep looking at both of you. I'm not weak yet. Not yet. Still much to be done. Those ministrations, Apotex, I am thankful for them. To these two mentally confused, distorted, adolescent half-wits that not seek to put fang to me. So I am most appreciative of your continued humble ministrations. I shall see that you are written well in the tale of the Flame Dancer.
I just nod as we continue walking.
Oh, mentally who are you calling that? He just looks over at you and starts shouting. I help you to that tree. I even slay that spirit that almost destroyed you. How are you going to call me that?
Nothing may destroy Eros Adonis, for I am chosen for destiny.
Only because of us. We intervened.
Stronger. Believe in me, Kova.
But it is hard to do so when you sit there and accuse me of wanting to eat you. What is this?
You are looking at me. I see the rumbles of your enormous ogre vastness. Oh, to be filled, that chasm of emptiness. And you void-headed fox. I lift the long walking stick ominously towards you.
I see your vigor has returned. I'm glad to see this. I will simply make my way over here, farther away as not to be blinded by the glory of your light. Surely those wings will be sprouting from your back in a moment now. And I sort of make my way behind a tree and make like I'm looking for more of the tracks.
Yakova just shakes his head, continues kind of staring down at the ground at this point, kind of mumbling to himself. I gave you a little bit of my heart too right there, and I ain't got no more heart.
But yeah, we continue our way back to the edge of the forest.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, going west.
Yeah. You're going west, and you get by. You can see the stream. It's elemental stream, but there's you get out like a little bit to north, and as you walk south to find, looking for your cart, it's gone. Yeah.
Look for tracks. It should be here. Good old. And I look at you kind of like, because if you were stupid or you did something wrong, I'm like, oh, good old.
Cast not your judgmental eyes upon me. I can find the right place. Can find the tracks. But yes, I do try to make sure that we continue on the correct way if you want me to make any rolls or anything.
You can see the tracks. They're like faint tracks in the grass, like very faint. It hasn't rained for. Sometimes they're not like completely, but it's just out on the road to the city. But, yeah. As you walk, and you can see, building people. I should change the music as you walk into there. Oh, see here.
Where are the tracks? Where are the where's the
They're
upper
right.
leg?
They're right here. And
Hmm?
you know, I do point to the tracks that we've been following. Instead of trying to pierce my flesh and my soul with your gaze upon these tracks here, though they are faint, and my keen eyesight and skill in the outdoors have found the way. Yes, we'll be there soon. We'll have our things back. Unless they have been stolen, absconded with, because of these foul rabbit fae and their sticky hands, stanky paws.
Hmm. Yeah, I like look at you like that's like the strangest thing that would ever happen. Why would anyone take anything from someone else? I just look at you like, Flame Dance is not far. We will be safe there. We will return to the wood. I feel the Duke sits. I have pondered. They may be strange, but they are not dumb, without mind. They will know that few of their number have been taken. Perhaps they will come looking.
Oh, I hope they do, and when they do, they will see me, and when that happens, I will come upon them. I will have vengeance. Lo there, and then I will sing many a song, as we have slain many of them, and the evil spirits that they throw forth in our throng. Ha ha.
Hmm. I fear that you will not know when they decide to look for you. I remember, Eros, the time in the wooden house.
Yes.
Many people dance, sing. You upon one of the tables. One of them came for you. It was quiet. I did not even see them. If it wasn't for your uh, senses, you chased it outside. I followed. Do you remember, Eros?
Yes. These things have been a problem. Problems shall soon become interminated. I will not allow them to besmirch me, particularly what is unknown levels. I still bear the pain of that nearly chain past event, the cold, shuddering ravages upon my flesh. Attacks. We shall have vengeance soon. We shall find this place the sprite alluded to. We shall kill them all. And there shall be many hearts for you, Arcova. There shall be hearts for us all.
That there shall be, and it will be a feast for the ages.
Let us return to Flame Dance.
And onward we march.
Yeah, and you are just on the side of the. You can see the fields start getting turned by some farmhands as you are moving in. It's late. Dusk is in the sky, and the last of the farmhands is moving in. You can see some of the building have been fixed or just plainly removed. There's still, well, parts of building lying, but most of them have been in or either cleaned or are in the process of being built up again. You can see, I should have noticed this, but there's a lot of the forest missing when you were walking out. They have been busy and barely a change have been away. But you see, yeah, large people are walking in as you are going through the neighborhoods. The really big buildings are still there. As you walk past the Temple of Cinder, you can see the satyr you two spoke with, Anton, looking, holding the door for finer company, clad in silk. A minstrel walking beside them, throwing out a tune from her flute. As they walk in, they are veiled, most of them. But you do see another beautiful satyr in the front speaking to one of the veiled. You're guessing females. As they walk into the temple, you can see Anton like he's like bending down, like get, oh please, yeah, come in. It's late. How was your meeting? How was it? And they're like dismissing him completely as he like trying to conversate with them. As you walk further, you can see the tower of the Forest Watch. You can see the building beside the Forest Watch is still collapsed, but the tower stands high. There's still no roof on the top as it burned. You can see an ogre outside of there, just keeping watch, looking at the other, mostly ogres. There's like more ogres, it seems, than before as they're moving through the streets. It's just a hard day's work, but they're moving in the same flow as you are moving. They're looking at you, Akroba, as you are. As if you were one of them, perhaps alienating the other three of them a bit more. And you can see the veil, as you get to the House of Contemplation, you can see it's built again. The veiled bone, showing a bit more this time, as it's a smaller building inside of it, with animal furs outside and bones now charred with black flame. And you get to the tents, the people, and here there's like a lot of other races moving about. Satyr, human, some Nagali roaming around. But yeah, they're like looking at you. Three coming. The August have dispersed before living in tents here as you are walking through to the. I'm guessing you were walking into the Orcish community by the. As I'm describing the route without asking, but yeah.
No, yeah, I'm bringing them in.
Yeah.
They're on the Apotex train now. If there are tents there, I bring them in there. I show them to. Oh, I mean, I'm going there. It's up to. I guess it's up to them, but I'll turn to them and say, I will return, but I must spend some time there. I point to that old tree. I will reconvene with you all soon. I feel we must not lose ourselves amongst the many here. Be wary. And I lean in a bit closer, 2, 3. I have a odd suspicion. Forgive me when I say this, Arkova, but I remember when Kuro and I had first found you in Eros, the town in between, the town of many ogre and many I sort of ominously pull back, and I have a very contemplative look in my head, and I just start turning and make my way to the Orcish community further towards that old tree.
Arkova reaches out as if to want to ask more, but his hand kind of lingers in the air and kind of rests back down towards his sides. And looking towards the other two. I wonder what he was going to say.
I look at you and shrug.
Mm. With that, he'll just walk over and find a place not too far and begin to play.
And as you're playing, you can see some of the others like moving towards you, like sitting, smiling at you. But there's no coin being tossed at you. You can see there's like people are of course dirty, and if you should say, perhaps you see like a lot of them. This is the evening time, but none of them seems to have anything to eat. You can see a few ogres with small parts of carrots, perhaps, but yeah, seems to be no evening feast.
Then in that case, seeing their hungry faces, he can only fill their minds with the joys of music, and he begins to play.
But I move. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. But you move inside the Orcish community. You can see it's predominantly orcs and Negali in here. You can see like a few other walking about, but it's very much nearly back to normal. But the Negali are all heavily armored and heavily weaponed. They all have spears at least, and some of them do guard sabers. But as you're moving towards inside, you can see them like looking. One of them like looking at you with like a recognition on her face, and a galley, and leading you inside the temple, as there is a permanent guard outside it now. And you can see that big mirror. You can see your own reflection looking back at you.
But I pause a bit. Then I slowly turn. The doorway is open. It doesn't have doors at the base of the tree, does it? Are there doors?
There is a door, yes.
So like if it closes behind me, I just sort of look at the mirror, and then I make my way just further into the chamber, and I will spend some time cleaning my tools, getting what I can to fix any bits and pieces. I will go to my mentor, Amos, and just say that and tell him that I've returned, but I will be going back into the wood, and I will present him. Well, no, I won't present him, but I'll go to the old orc woman that is down by the catacombs. The old one, and I don't wake her. If she's asleep, I'll just quietly begin to set up a very elaborate ceremonial ritual. So I'd take like the rest of the day to just do this. Where I take little candles, little bits of bone, and I make I write in the stone with chalk brief sort of characters and thraxa and other sort of artistic designs upon the floor as I set the skull in its center design. I quietly wait before the old orc, and it's I don't like tell my mentor that I'm doing this. it's almost like through body language, like he knows I've returned, and like the way I say it is like, and I bring. It's not fully done, but and he probably would have seen me the other day just setting up the elaborate sort of ritual,
Yeah.
where I incant very long passages from Tzveta Desnikil Tilpk, from an old book, which translates to my family's freedom. And as I'm just sort of incanting this, it's like, a religious sort of moment, like I'm incanting prayers, I'm rereading over certain passages, as if to cleanse my own self somehow. But that's what I do for the rest of the day, and night, really. Seemingly, like, the thought of the other thoughts, like I'm sort of pushing those away, and I'm using this sort of like kind of like, at least I have this, like this, you know.
See the old orc, you wake her up with your chanting. She still has those long, like, roots inside a chair made of, well, mud, basically. And she's like looking at you as you're doing this. You got a tight mouth, looking at you, looking at the skull, looking at the book, but not saying this. Like slowly getting up and begin making room, helping a little bit to your lighting candles for you, lighting incense, and like making room on the shelf, like placing, so you know where to place it, where you can keep it.
And at the end, sorry, go ahead.
No. She just.
At the end of this like quiet, sort of stoic a ritual, this strange orcish way. At the end of it, maybe it takes about like 2.5 hours or so, maybe even 3 hours. At the end of it, she maybe sits back down. The last candle is snuffed out, and I turn now and I look at her and I sort of sit down on my knees, sort of as a way to prepare myself to ask a question to her in this strange orcish demeanor. I come to you with a question.
She like nods at you and just for you to speak it.
Ming-Sur, lost, broken mind is she. Her wrath spread upon this land. The others, of course by others I refer to like non-orcs kind of thing. The others have felt her anger, her wrath. I had spoken to other witches who keep Linnox's faithful word in their heart. They say, broken path, profaners of their craft, capable of summoning forth locusts, the wrath of Mingsu. Other days before this day, far on my way back, I go through place where others stay. They see the starvation. They are sapped from her wrath. But there were no locusts. I knew she was there. But she is twisted. Those who call upon her are twisted. My question is, I see the twisted have come here. I know. They don't understand Mingsu. They only know her broken. They only know her this way. They are here. I see Nergali, metal, with coat of metal. Do they see the broken, the wicked? Why they come here? To seek knowledge not for them. I just look up to her expectantly, but it's not like like she is greater than me. It's more like as if two professors were discussing something, or colleagues, I should say.
There. I do not know of the others' ways. I do not hope them to be of this faith, this understanding of her. I see them come more and more every day. I hear from city, town, from north. They did not fare as well as us. No. I do not know what called upon her. What gathered her wrath. But flame the ends is not as it was before, and the sounds among it. And I hear from the south as well. Much devastation was brought upon by her. There is violence when food grows scarce, but we still have food. And the crops are growing. It will be normal once again. This is a problem, but it will be faced by only time and our tending to the fields.
I stay long with others. I speak to Faye Talo primate. I speak to them. I know their language. I learn them. Perhaps to see if they learn us. But in my learning, I have come to understand when food taken, they go and look to cousin, brother, sister, mother and father, as if they were not, as if they were food. They look as if they were food. This is the incorrect making of the gods. This I know, for only they could make such a thing. Dangerous above. Keep Nergali with metal coat near, if you go. Make sure Nergali with metal coat already eat.
She nods. Still that, like, mouth. We have not had supplies from the west at all, I hear. This takes a lot of, you see, the orc will have food for their own, for the Nagale. But with the others surrounding us, and they are not having that privilege, we are caught in the middle of it. It seems as if the West has forgotten of Flame Dance, or something has happened. A lot of time and meetings between the matriarch and Deliria have been passed, and there's this chain 4 times. I do not know what they're bartering about. Not all of it. But I see worry on her face.
I slowly nod. And it falls down to like a bow, like in respect sort of thing. My tusks touch the stone ground of this chamber as I raise back up. Arin Huo Visya Eji Elidi Ithtia Kwanbak Felm Gip. Be with you. I slowly stand and turn.
They will all soon be decapitated, she says as she settles in, and her roots sprout.
And I leave.
And the 3 of you are standing, well, you are at the same area as a Krova, I presume. As ogres are settling in. See, yeah. Definitely a lot of ogres. You'd see some of them like looking both of you two over quite a bit. But, yeah. The mood seems to be light with a slight tension in it. as the satyrs and the humans are closer to each other, more confined than they would otherwise be. Yeah. As you sit there waiting by the fire, the embers floating to the sky, see a familiar face as an ogress is walking towards all of you. You know her as Maud, as the one who we took the journey with from that frozen waste. I see like smiles looking at Akroba and looking at Eros, seeing him.
I smile back with a broad grin and begins to play.
Who is this? I couldn't. You're coming very static into me. I couldn't.
Oh, it's Maud, one of the ogresses.
Yeah. I remember that ogres.
And she walks towards all of you, like with a smile on her face. The flame dances back.
A smile on my head. Yes, it is a pleasure to be back here out of the wood. How are you finding yourself upon these days, Maud?
It is better, since I found out what honor that was given to me. She smiles. We have done something for you. We have something.
Oh,
I'll show you. I can show you later. You are still. Looking at you, you're always wounded. Mm.
Yes, I am. Been attacked by those savage rabbits. Those rabbits and what they have tried to do. Yes, but I would be very interested to see what it is you have in mind for
me. We have removed the Dugutsid after what we heard had happened to you, Eros. But the other two. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
You showed the way of the flame, how to cleanse.
Yes, I hope it has served you all well in our absence.
It has showed us how to serve.
Oh.
She nods. It's good to see you again.
Yes, learning proper service into one's own place is a most important aspect of life. I'm glad to see that you are practicing such things, man. Very becoming of you. When I reach up and pat her on the shoulder.
She lights up a bit. Her eyes gleaming, but you should not sit without food. Few of you. And she looks to another ogre.
Upon that, I must agree.
You need to get them food now. Yeah, you.
I feel in the mood for something small and reddish and fox-like. Stay over towards Quiro. Perhaps not yet. Yes, bring us.
I do not think such a thing is served at this establishment. And I go to a different table than where Eros is. Oh, did you hear? They're sending out free food for us, the returned heroes.
Yes.
And you can see some status looking at you. Oh, that's so good for you. And they looking at you. Oh.
But yes, bring.
No, I didn't see. He grabs a hold of you, drags you close to Kuro. Get away from the ogres. Get away. And he lets go of you. And he's looking at you with those serious big eyes. Even to you.
Yeah, they don't need to tell me twice. I do give the Eros and the ogres a wide berth for now.
Yes, perhaps it is best to eat now. Come on, Kobo.
And you are given a like stews in bowls as the ogres are holding with some stale old bread, like really, yeah. But,
Unlike other Milangi, I'm not obsessed with hunting for myself, nor do I have any particular dislike of cooked food, having a very different relationship to fire. So I will take what they give me and eat it.
Akrova, you are also given a bowl. You would probably by now recognize the smell and taste of Dukatsu. But yeah, this is what they're serving you.
Arkova smiles broadly, and just as he has his ogre fit meal before him, and he dips that wooden spoon in there to have a bite, and he does take a bite. Delicious, that lovely cooked meat that he has become accustomed to. But he looks down, and he sees those hungry mouths bowed. And he thinks back to the conversation he had with Apatax about orcish ways, and he knows he's seen how the orcs will feed the hungry. And he looks down at his meal, and he walks over to those unfortunate souls with their empty bowls. He pours them a bit of what he has into each of them.
You can see a sailor like, thank you, but he, oh god, yeah, thank you, and he's like taking it, but he's not eating. He's just like looking at you, like as if you could just see in his eyes. He knows what's in that bowl, like. Oh.
Arkova's going to share the love as he spreads forth the delicious meat for everyone to devour. Of course, he'll look over at the satyr. You're not going to eat that?
And he takes the bowl out and begins like drinking it. Like you see like horror on his face. You can see as the others do, they're like dispersing a bit, looking away from you. Just Modus is looking at them, looking at you, like shaking her head. I think I will try to fix my headset. By the way, just there's feedback for me, so.
Well, you're coming in clear now.
But I can hear myself speaking. So
Oh.
yes.
Okay. Well, when she shakes her head at me, he just kind of shrugs a bit, but he eats the rest of what's left with much glee in mind.
Okay. This is you should clean your meat, right? Like looking at arrows. Is this correct? And you should burn to the sky so the horror will not come back.
Yes. Well, no, not the sky. You wish to bring your adoration directly to Eros Adonis, not to some nonsensical relic of past days known as Igvale. No, such would be sacrilegious. See what is in the flesh, in the flame, in the spectral force before you, and know that to be real. Know the vanquishing of old Troll, to show the truth of what is to come. But with every growing day, I grow stronger as you believe in me. And when I have grown strong enough, old days will fade away, as will their temples crumble to sand and not dust. Yes, and then a new beauty shall permeate all of Kvegathale like nothing ever envisioned before. Such is my prophecy for this place that we share. Now it shall be elevated for all. For I see a world upon which it is very different. But yes, burn your meat. Keep it cut well, and make sure that all who will eat are fed well of the flesh of the others. Make sure that those who would work against the name and the ways of your flame dancer are consigned to that stew pot for which they have been born.
She smiles like that, like slight understanding. I will. But we burn torches in the night to the sky.
And tell as many as you can about me, about my legend, about my fable. For with every passing word, every passing caravan and traveler and pilgrim, so too does grow my legacy. And let them know that unlike the ephemeral, I am substance, material and real. Not a will-o-wisp grass, vague and groggy from a dream. Fox, I stand real and vivid, starker than life itself.
Yeah, and you will protect us. You will protect us. And she looks up at the sky. You can see a small amount of fear in her eyes as she look up. She's not looking at the moon. She's just looking at the sky as if where the locust came from, like looking in that direction, like.
I would humbly shed my life's blood, my orange feathers, and break my black sword in efforts to keep each and every one of you safe. All who love me and all I love, and I love each and every one of you in a way with a magnitude you cannot even understand, but so hyper, powerful, potent are my thoughts that they will become themselves manifest as a story unto each, manifesting, falling, becoming that new vision of perfection. I shall share them with you, with each of you, forever.
You can see others are like moving closer, but they are ogres, all of them. The others don't want to eat the meat we make. They don't want part of it. And she's looking at like a Akroba, like she shakes her head at him.
I liked it. It was good. I ate it. He just like takes another bite.
She smiled. That's good. Good.
Yes. See, generosity. Arkova has learned the lesson well, and you should learn from him and Eros more. And I'm like, waving over the satyr servers and stuff like, yeah, bring another one.
She's like going, but it's basically it's just mostly meat. There's like nearly no other kind of ingredients. This is really basic.
And Eros's keen ears will hear a mumbling from my table. Like, oh, this is so much better than them caterpillars.
But would you help with what about food, Eros? In your absence, we have grown hungry.
I'm hungry. Well, do not worry. There will be rabbits aplenty. Fire shall boil flesh from bone. We have come from the wood even now, and we have been bringing an onslaught of justice to these chaos agents.
She nods. Well, that's good. I guess. I only thought they were in the city, so we removed them for you. But,
That is most definitely lovely of you to have done, my darling. My thanks unto you. We shall certainly have to bar the ducats from this place. Those that come here are free to be eaten. Let that be known as a law of beauty. They are unwelcome, unworthy, and untrust. Show them no trust. They are liars and they are food.
Not very I will like looking at Akuma. You are surely lucky to be on this holy quest to purge. And she like looking at Eros like as if this is right. Like that you could sit.
Yes, most definitely.
Hmm.
Not lucky, for luck is a thing of their goddess, Tar, whatever her name is. I can't be bothered to recall it. But providence is a thing of Eros Odanis, as I have painted the picture into burning flame. And I just like, this flame springs from my hand and leaves a bit of a trail behind it. It looks almost like a rabbit in its wake. Yes, that is the truth, and there shall be. And I glance over at Quirrell. Many more days before I am done. Thousands beyond that. Yeah.
I raise my mug, and having supped greedily tonight, perhaps it is more obvious that there's a less of a scavengerly inclination to hound Eros's heels.
As Arkova eats a little bit more, he begins thinking about some of the ruminations in his mind as to what has transpired, thinking of spirits, that ice spirit that those Duxettes had put upon their side. And he thinks about what Kuro has said to him about the many machinations that the spirits have within their own divine politics. And he thinks over what Apatak said of patience. Begins questioning a little bit, just a little bit, but what he's doing, this quest. As he takes another delicious bite of Duxette, many thoughts rumble upon his mind, and he is questioning a few things that has happened.
But the mood is definitely lighted between the ogres, but the other, well, lesser meat-inclined races are still looking enviously at your suffering, but, well, the cycle is still young, and the fruits have not been born yet by the apple trees who are still burned. You can see them still scattered amongst the city, not having those light poles in them. No Hippen left to be carried on ochre back, it seems, though there's a few of them, you spot them. But the singed apple trees are fruitless. And the night passes as you fill your stomachs and sleep. They all seem to have something to do when the morning comes. No fest or alcohol to consume. It's all work. And no caravans of Copy come here, no guests. It seems as if this city of festivals and life is just burning a little less bright, but people are still content to carry on, not moving. But yeah, you definitely see the fear in the species who could be hunted by the ogre, even though it's everyone. But you can see the humans, satyrs, small Hippen, they are, of course, very, well, not unless they are 5 together, are they moving anywhere. But yeah, you can take it away as the morning comes in. You can see people are moving out, getting tools, getting hatchets, getting hammers, getting saws, as the building and rebuilding of the city is taking place slowly before your eyes. But yeah, you can take it away. The three of you.
As Arkova gets up, begins to do his morning stretches, his broad muscles, with very few items at his disposal, he begins to make his way down, and he'll walk to that orcish community where Apatax lay. Begins walking over there.
You can see the Nagalia like looking at you, and like when you move closer, they like take a step and look up at you.
Hello there. I am Arkova. I'm here to see Apatax.
No, you're not. You will do no such thing. Move, beast.
Oh, do not call me beast. I simply come here to see a friend.
They all say this. Now move.
He squints his eyes at this damnable thing that here calls me a beast, and that ogre rage builds up.
You can just see like taking a grip on the spear. It's like chewing those fangs inside the big
He
teeth.
rolls his eyes as he walks away, and then as he's walking away, take that spear, shove it right up there. I will. He just walks away as he mumbles. Come to see a friend. Call me a beast. I'll show you.
Yeah, but I guess it's about time we go to Soliloquies. So let's go to Apitax, and then Eros, and then Akrova, and then Q, and I will get your theme song.
All right, I'm waiting. And there we see Apatax slowly taking off his robe, showing the sleeveless tunic. A robed-like tunic with a sort of satchel belt about it. Other sort of small bits, pouches of leather and whatnot. Taking that off. Take off that tunic. Washing it with water. I look at myself in that mirror, walking as orcs normally walk about, with nothing but a loincloth about their waist. I feel ill at ease. I feel nervous. It feels strange whenever I have to do this. But there I stand in front of that great mirror. There's others moving about. But I look at that mirror, and I look at my waist. Images of that spectral, spiritual creature reaching its hand into my body, pulling it out, feeling that cold, feeling that hurt, and looking down at my waist, my stomach, my ribs. There is nothing, no mark, no cut, just that skin, that tough, orcish skin. I am blessed by he behind the mirror. They know, they see, they know all. I look back at that mirror. Am I but a tool for you to be used in your machine? Your thoughts, how vast and wondrous they are. With each passing day, I know too the hurt that comes with knowledge, that comes with knowing. I feel my mind expand beyond that of Orc. I wonder as the chain cycles pass by, how long will I show this visage? I am caught between filthy, foul creatures. These who think and see Minxer as what she is, not what she was. What she is, anger. An anger that I thought I too understood. An anger I too thought was right. Too much anger. I see those locusts in the sky when fire came. Your wrath arrived to this town. I saw your face. I saw what you had become. I thought that right. I thought it deserved. Too much anger, too much hatred. It'll drive any mad, break one's mind. Ogre, eater of man, made from the murderer itself, the god of red. They know this. And though I am amazed that I see and understand now, I am ashamed. It took me so long to speak to Ogre and know. They know anger. They know the hatred. They know the wrath that it breeds. I cannot let this take me. I see the Fae, the Primate, the Talos. The Cheyenne. They are different. They are thoughtful, as small their thoughts might be. But even from such small-minded things, I can learn. I can understand. I slowly move away from that mirror, back down into the stove.
I look into the stew bowl, seeing the shadowy forms of Arkova and Quiro reflecting in them, and I think to myself, it has been so long, so many days in chains now, that as a trio we have worked together. Naturally, the leader of this ill-formed band of a foe tribe, of a foe pack. Perhaps it is my inborn need, never nurtured by mother or father. The desire to run free adds the wolves. But they are not wolves, they are bear and fox. And bear is clumsy and fox is weak. But they thought not to be clumsy or weak, though that conniving, dirty Quero thought to sup and dine upon my flesh, crack open my ribs, and suck out the marrow. There he smelled and thought weakness when I fell in crushing leaves in dark forest. At least the cricket-eater was there to resuscitate me. Only once the small, tiny lives. I am far too big for his horn-adorned maw. That is good. That is good for me, because now I can see how I might use them to purpose. Quero, no doubt the books and the scrolls and the stones which are carved by chisel. It shall be so many. They will mention your name standing at the side of Eros Adonis. But you are a squirrely little bastard, and you cannot be trusted, though your worth and use are many. But I have stood now again regaling you each with flame and strength and strong sword arm. You know who your leader is, who the future will reflect with great prominence. When you will stand and perform your deed, I understand the smell of my blood, the desire for my flesh. It is the best blood. It is the best flesh there has ever been. Why wouldn't someone wish to take it inside themselves, to know, to grow in the strength that is Eros Adonis? I cannot fault you for that, though I do wish to. Such a war inside my head. But I am slowly cooling as the pot taken from the hearth, simmering down to the tepid temperature. But I will remember Quero and Arkova as his stomach turned him to tide to think to take same from my form. Clearly he is as ogre beneath even Kitsune, and would form to the Kitsune's mind, as Quero thinks perhaps he himself may be leader. But without a triumvirate he may be leader of what? Ogres? That is nothing. We may as well lead goblins. Quero the Goblin Tamer. Yes, perhaps that should be his new name. Perhaps I will make a note of that to myself, and make that his new name. Or perhaps some shame should be put into him, his dignity was besmirched from his master, his idol. But I cannot think of that, for I am a gift to the world, and I am for the world to look upon and see in such reverence. These ogres, though these ogres here of Flame Dance, they get it. They understand, and it is a sad shame to the rest of the populace that they do not understand with the same fervor of these ogres. You have to make sure they're fed, though. I certainly shouldn't wish my cult running around murdering and eating the rest of the town. That should be a particular situation to get themselves out of. I look down into the soup with a reflection of Quero. Perhaps, Quero, I will not eat you today, but I'll make no promises regarding tomorrow.
As Arkova looks down into the meal, he begins to partake of that nice little dish before him, and as he does, his thoughts begin to stir. Maybe I should reconsider a few things. And as he sits there and takes another bite, he thinks, "Who are my enemies? The Duke set, yes. Yes, the Duke set, they are my enemies. But not all Duke set. Perhaps not all. No, lo there. Only those with that colt, the ones in the woods who are driven mad. Yes, yes, those Duke set. I will kill them. I will eat their hearts. But maybe begins to play the spoon around in his bowl, looking at the image of himself reflected in its dark countenance, stirred around. Maybe perhaps not the ones here. And as that thought rolls over into his mind, he begins to think over past events. He thinks over the inquiries brought to his mind. To know patience. Yes. This I shall learn. I will learn more as time goes on. I wish to stay here. I wish to learn. I wish to know more of this magic. I wish to learn more of the spirits. So wondrous, so vast. Maybe there's more to this world than I know. Of course there is. There's so much more. And when I think of these things, I don't think so much on the anger. That his mind boils back to that moment where that Nergali dared refuse him and call him beast. And for a moment he slams his fist down onto the table. I'm no beast! He picks up an angry a bite of that meat in that bowl. I'm no beast! I'm Orkova! I am Mountain's voice! And I sing a song all night long, and all those are gathered to hear. For I have many tale to tell. And perhaps this ogre is much more than the rest. Yes. Yes. Perhaps there's much more to this than meets the eye. I am not so base, so simple. I make art. I make art, damn it! And he slams his fist into the table once more. And stands up, and he sees that bowl. Finishes it off. I will learn. I will grow clever. Much more than what they think. I know. I hear what they say. Ogre, beast. Well, this ogre is no beast, but if I act to be like one, then fine. They'll see the beast within, but they'll know that the beast hides an artist, and that artist makes beautiful things. And his pectoral muscles begin to like bounce up and down as he gets really intense thinking about that thought. And here, as an ogre should, he goes all the way with his plans. Begins to march off.
The flame triumphed today, as well it should in flame dance. And still alive, and I must say kicking, is the flame dancer himself. I'm so very glad to see that his strength has returned. and I sort of stroke my chin. I would never have devoured such an honored ally, though if he had perished in the night, to have left him just upon the ground, useless, a thing for scavengers. That would be most disgusting. I believe that consuming him would be a favor amongst friends. Surely his spirit would not be angered as such. I think he would know the honor that I do him. Certainly couldn't leave him far over. Huh? No, that would not do. Either way, I must think back on the victories. Oh, I saw that the flame there that Arkova built. I could feel as though I had seen it before. I must have. It must have been a flame reincarnated from a past life, a flame that I have seen when I was looking through another Kitsune's eyes. Perhaps that flame was Eros back then. He is, after all, a bit spiritual. The spirit of flame, some flaming bird, flows in his veins. Perhaps that flame that I saw in those days was him. Ancestral, perhaps. Directly, perhaps. But he is flame, of this there is no question. I'd only thought about myself and how I can remember snatches of memory from my past lives here and there, but I never thought that the world being made out of spirit, as it were, that the flame there has a memory as well. It has seen things just as I have seen things. Perhaps in the past I'd seen a bear. Perhaps I've been devoured by a previous incarnation of Arkova himself. Perhaps when I snuffed about and scavenged for mushrooms, those were the spiritual ancestors of Apotax, who could say all these things are connected. I should have known from seeing the webs and the beads of fate whenever I shift my sight sideways and look at the true nature of reality, bound, as it were, by Anthraxu. Yes, all these things are possible because of time, bound by time. And I am bound by time, but not so tightly as others. It is as if my life were a book. I can pick it up and I can flip through them pages. Past, the future. And yet, the words are already written. I'm not entirely sure if I'm writing or reading my life. Still, I'm a playwright, and as always, I got a quill and an inkwell in my pouch, and it is always available to make some addendums to what has been written. And what has been written these last few days has been a beautiful thing, that we have suffered hard in that forest, some of us worse than others. And yet, it's been triumph after triumph. No, we did not discover the ultimate fate of that cult. But there is still time for that. And I understand time. Yes, we have not been written out of the story yet. And Flame Dance shall be writ large over the canvas of history. Oh, I see them now. They practically worship Eros. It's a beautiful thing, a thing that we have created. A cult of personality. Oh, what a personality he has. Draws in everyone as moths to the flame. That moth I saw before must have been a sign. I know it was a sign. That strange sprite. She was a benefit to us all. She had Arkova dip his mandolin in that secret pool there. Tears of Cinder herself it must have been, for it has changed the notes. We all came from that place changed in some way. Yes, more than ever, I feel like I'm on the right path. And I must be, for that path has been blessed by that strange fox that Eros saw when he was but a hair's breadth away from the land of the dead. Yes, I spoke to Arkova of spirits and how they watch us and play the games. But now, for the first time in my life, I know that we are making the right moves upon this game board. And soon we will get to the end. And soon, we shall be uplifted. Soon, Flame Dance shall draw in people from all over Kvegathea. A burning and beautiful pyre of shadow and flame.
And thank you all for watching. And remember to get within the Ring of Fire, because it's awesome. So get your within the Ring of Fire on, and have a good night.